Yo, welcome back, my plant fiends. We have some event and rank gameplay of me playing PREDAPLANTS. Um, this guy made me go first, so we're gonna try to punish him. But of course, they have the Ash. Okay, all right, cool. Let's draw two. Pretty good draws. Let's get a Bestial, since they don't have an Ash for that. Now let us just fusion into Amylimides, because I want to get Darling Tonio Cobra out. Or maybe I did use Darling Tonio Cobra. But the Imperm me. Ha 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 ha. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, let me Pendulum Summon Magnamoon out. Get the Lubellion out. And I figured, let me just attack them. They might have evenly, who knows. Nope, they have Psyframe. Gear Gamma. Okay. Mr. Funny Man. Alright, this is how you want to fucking play the game. And the one time that my Royal Harpies is not coming in clutch, but they decide to not go into Barone, which I think was a mistake, as you'll soon see. I mean, it didn't really matter, because you guys could see what's right here. So I am obviously going to Bestial Drewsworm, and they have to use their Supreme, Chenying for that, or else I would send it to the graveyard for tributing for Lubellion, and then I tribute over that, and they instantly scoop with Kurikara. Salty bitch, go back to sleep. So like I said, this is the event, so there's a lot of Exosister, Branded. I barely went against Tier, honestly. A lot of people were complaining about going against Tier, but a lot of SwordSoul, for sure, at least on my end. But here, I'm just better. I'm the protagonist this replay. You guys gotta understand. My opponent, they were fucking Gary and I'm Ash, bro. They don't understand. They think they have me with that call by, and I purposely chained Magnamoot because I figured they'd have Vedas or something in there, right, where they'd be able to bring out their Exosisters from deck and then trigger them to Xe summon, and that'd be too good for them to pass up. Well, you guys could see what I have in my hand here for that. When they do try to use their effects, thinking that they have the upper hand on me. Unfortunately, because of that evenly, I can't OTK them. I can't put one more body on the board to just kind of swipe past them, but that's all right. We got in for a bunch of damage, and then they hit me with the evenly. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, let me search out Fallen Albaz, right, instead of Drewsworm for the follow-up, because then I would get a free Mirror Jade, essentially, if they go into Xyz plays. And they show me that they are submissive and breedable by crashing into me. Gotta love Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, surprise, surprise, some more Exosister. No evenly this time, no Nibiru. But we still got that Super Parlay and Harpies, you know what I'm saying? So they're forced to do their stuff early. And I'm like, let me just Super Parlay that. You're not going to need that. You're not going to need that, bro. No, and they ashed that, which actually foiled my plans a little bit. Because if they have some type of negate for this guy, which they do, I'm like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I have Ultra Polymerization, which I think I took out in the event version of this deck because it's not that good. But I do draw off of Garua into an amazing draw. But yeah, I'm able to Ultra Polymerization to Dragostapelia. It has more attack, and I'm able to negate something, kind of control the board that way. See, there's no point in Ultra here because I fucking forget their 0 attack. I'm like, shit. And I try to Magnamoot here off with the Lubellion draw, and they fucking pop it. I'm like, okay, bro. We got another funny man over here. That's why I hit him with that funny little 0/0 attack. And again, I started Fallen Albaz for the same reasons why I searched it last game from Magnamoot, because, I want to be able to make a branded, whatever, bro, you call it, Mirror Jade. So they're able to go in their Exosister plays. I didn't know this right away, but they are Exosister locked. So they try to feign the Zeus. Like afterwards, like they were trying to get me to bait this negate out so they could banish something and chain it since it was summoned this turn, but they don't get the banish out, which is fine, which is why I let them get that search off. I kind of had to, or else they would have been able to banish. So here I'm going to bring out this guy, and then they do have the Returnia to banish my Stapeli anyway. I just give it a second Predaplant. Doesn't super matter, right? I get rid of Kurikara. Like I said, now I'm able to go into Albion and then go into Mirror Jade. Go into Mirror Jade and then tribute over for Lubellion, and they thought that was enough. Because I would have grabbed Regained, banished whatever their normal summon was. You know how it goes. Okay, so open up Predaplants without opening Darlingtonia Cobra. Challenge level impossible. But it's okay, my opponent just ends on Barone, so we should be chilling when I use this effect. Thrust. Oh, bash. Alright, Mr. Funny Man. How do you like this Kurikara unbranded fusion, bitch? And of course they got that side frame geared camo for the Albion. Alright, man. That's fine. We'll just pass. We'll, you know, grab a free regained, I guess, and take that Barone, bucko. That's right, our Barone. And they had, you know, Ecclesia and Titania, but of course, I'm not going to let that happen. I know they did normal, but I'm going to guess that they don't have anything, because even if it was a, what do you call it, Moye, they need a worm in hand. So how do you want to do this? I'm going to do this to fans. You ever seen this line before? Fucking Predat practice into Biblis, and just to pop the fucking Biblis. Search out Bufalicola. I could just search out Bufalicola to begin with, but no. I wanted to be fancy with it. Let's go into Trifio Overtum. Oh man, we're going to trigger these Triantis effect and put Predaplant counters on everything. If you guys know something about Trifio Overtum, gains attack. We're actually using the first effect of this card, besides just being a super poly target. So it's not quite enough to one-shot them, so I had to hit them with their own Barone. Just to let them know. So this is an interesting one. I'm going against Purrely. The only hand trap I have is Imp, which I should have used against the normal summoned when it did its effect. It didn't matter because it excavated nothing, but I should have just held on to this. I forgot about the field spell. They can't be targeted, which is actually like crack, dude. That's actually like an insane field spell every time I think about it. But again, I don't hate this deck. I actually didn't mind the Purrely meta, Purrely Kashira meta. I just didn't like how long they take to do their combos, as you guys could fucking see. We have the benefit of being in 2x speed, but they're still taking forever. So, yeah, I totally should have just held on to this Imperm to use it on one of their cards the next turn. They might have gone right into Noir. What's the whatever the Purrely Noir, right? The big one. We're gonna draw a few here. I'm just gonna Kurikara, bro. Because I know they have the trap there, and they don't have a, you know, Purrely on the field, so I should be big chilling, right? They could hit the continuous. That's fine. It doesn't really matter too much. Bring out Darlingtonia Cobra again. Again, we failed the challenge of not opening it in Predaplant. It's a one of. But we can't complain too hard because we have Super Volley and we have Branded Fusion. But I'm counting my fusions here, or my summons, excuse me. That is exactly 4 summons. So in case they play Nib, which I checked later, they do have Nib. And they could have drawn into it. So might as well not fuck around and just kill them with the Darlingtonia Cobra, by the way, the brick in hand. But I'm just the better player. Okie dokie, we're Magnum winning on the end of another Exosister player's end phase, so they don't get, you know, any trigger effects, summon any extra bullshit cards, and I get to fall on the Balbaz. So here we're going to Lubellion into Druid's Worm. I'm going to do it again, because I know they cannot help but fall for this bait. So they're going to attempt to use these cards. They have Returnia or Magnifica this time. So this time I'm in more of a harder predicament, right? I kind of need to super poly this Magnifica because they will start banishing my fucking shit. So I don't mind giving them 1 Exosister XZs. That's like fine. It's not the end of the world. And I should have instantly just done my Dragon effect to do dark stuff. Since a lot of the rest of what they have is targeting, like here. I could have just avoided this if I would have just done this right away and then summoned Albaz. But that's okay. We have Mass Change 2 in our hand. So we're going to dodge their negate and go into fucking Darklaw. Bring out Lubellion. Druisworm, send this to the grave. And I think that's game. And then I put it into Dark for fucking BM. Oh my goodness. The Darklaw came through with the OTK. That never fucking happens. And we had the regained up with Darklaw, so it's just gonna go crazy. Again, we opened Darlingtonia Cobra, and this is the part of the event where I start experimenting with the Chimera cards. I'm still like really not familiar with them, and I think this probably would have been the only game where I would have been able to combo off. I may or may not think they're a little weak, but I think they're still probably worth playing in Predaplant Pure. Maybe not the layer version. Because, you know, being able to Chimera on your opponent's turn is, like, really, really good, right? Instead of Super Poly, you just have Chimera. I mean, you would still run Super Poly, but anyway, we know. I'm talking over this gameplay. We know what this deck is, right? The Red Dragon Archfiend, they take a minute to do their shit. But I also want you guys to count how many darks they have on the field. And, read this card real quick. All right, cool. You guys did that. All right, what do you think is going to fucking happen? First, we're going to Heartbeat. Then we're going to fucking smite them with the might of Ra. Triple Super Poly. Oh, my goodness. And then try to go into Illusion plays here, but they just scoop. I'm like, damn it. The first time I would have actually been able to combo off and probably go into a Chimera. And I don't know if that would have been OTK there, but, I mean, I had the game pretty set there. Triffy Overtime also has, you know, a Solemn negate for extra deck cards. So, it's pretty fucking sick. And then we're going to end this, speaking of Chimera, this is like some Master 5 gameplay, just some ranked. Technically, this is my layer version, but none of my layer cards came up, so guess what? It's going to the Predaplant video. Cool that there was a Fusion event, you know, Fusion XZ Synchro, which I really appreciated the event, by the way. It was really fucking dope. I really like that. It had a pretty interesting meta. I don't really like Ash in the event, but I think that's fine. If for no maxi, I'll take that trade. Also, they send the Bufalicola, which is like a fucking course. That's the one card I want them to send off of their, you know, Chimera effect there. But we draw into Skullmeister, which is actually pretty funny and kind of won me my interaction here. So I'm just going to go to battle phase. It's attack over this. Then I'm going to Druid's Worm, banish one of their cards. They're going to trigger their, you know, Chimera King. And then I'm going to chain Skullmeister to negate that. And then they're going to trigger, what is this one? Whatever this one is. Baphomet. So they bring back a banish, you know, Illusion Beast Fiend. But that one is negated. And then I'm still able to Druid's Worm. Attack over that one. And then go into Fallen of Albaz. Which is purposely how I was sequencing this. Because I figured that they'd still have a fusion some way, one way or another, right? I thought they'd be able to Chimera, you know, me. Or, you know, Chimera Beast, whatever you fucking call it. Anyway, I still have Nib in hand, too, so if in case anything happens, but I don't think this deck really hits 5 summons. This is my first time playing against them, by the way. And I'm like, oh, I see them set a card? Guess what I'm going to do there, man? That's the most telegraphed I'm bringing out Guardian Chimera ever, so I'm just going to banish this set and just call it. You know what I mean? I'm just going to say, better have it. Better fucking have it. And they didn't. They did not have a valid fusion target, so I could show you, this is a quick video, but I could briefly show you guys the deck that I was using for the fusion side of the event. Alright, I'll be brief. I mean, it's the standard Predaplant stuff that you have here, Darling Antonio, just be able to bring out something, search out Super Poly or Banded, and we have a bunch of Predaplant, Super Poly targets, and then we threw in the Chimera stuff. I'm not very good with it, so you don't have to. Again, this is more so for the event, so it's limited with the Albion. That sometimes came up. You saw me pull out the Triff. Yeah, but yeah, regular Predaplant, and then tried to throw in a Chimera engine. I think this could have really benefited for just a regular Super Poly, and maybe like that Edge Imp, whatever you call it, engine. And then, yeah, that's it. That's literally it, and some Kurikara. You guys saw it come up once or twice, so that is literally it. If you guys want to try this deck out, go ahead. Please improve this. I'm not good with the branded stuff, so please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how you feel about this Chimera stuff with branded or Predaplant, all right? And hopefully this next video, I don't know what the next video will be. I think I'm gonna shut the fuck up and fuck off. All right, see you guys.